Welcome back, guys. This time on the build model review, I'm bringing you one of the rarest cars I have on my stash. No, 49 Ford is not rare, but this one is rare for me because it's not factory stock. Believe it or not, it's not factory stock. My main builds are all factory stock cars because I'm not much of a hot hod, street hod, and whatever hod. Man, I like them just the way the factory built them. But this one I called my parts box project. This car, I only had the body, the frame, and the interior tube with the dash. All other parts were supplied by my parts box. Everything else are from many different sources. For example, when I built my factory stock 49 Ford, that the video is on my channel, the Miami cream car, I didn't use the custom rolled pan on front and the custom fenders. Also didn't use the fender skirts. Also didn't use the custom tail lights, custom pan on the rear, and custom bumper. Like this model have none of the stock parts, I decided to save it by using the custom parts. Like I didn't like the custom grille because it lacks the main identity character of the 49 Ford, that is the spinner here on the front. It kind of detracts of the identity of the car. So I made a copy of a stock grille and I foiled it to look chrome. It's not perfect, but well. And I used headlights from the AMT 57 Ford. I also used the wheels from the AMT 62 Chevy Bel Air because I didn't have the stock wheels. I used the chrome steering wheel from the monogram 1956 Thunderbird. Those bucket seats were from my parts box, and later when I bought another of those kits I found out that those bucket seats are actually from this kit for the custom option. Inside there is a little bit more of detail, as I added a little piston for the shifter and extra gauges down there. I also added a rear deck mounted antenna, the little AMT cat decal, lakes pipes, and those lakes pipes are from the AMT 1960 Ford Starliner kit. Those spotlights. I think they are from the 40 Ford AMT kit. Don't remember properly now. The engine. The engine is a completely different story of my usual. This engine is a Ford FE 427 side oiler R code from the AMT 1966 Fairlane 500. I found this in my parts box and had it carefully adapted here. I believe the battery is from 62 Catalina, the poncho. The radiator, I don't know where it came from, but it's very Ford-ish. And the 427 is looks kind of right here. The underside is pretty simple and neat, as I had to made it from parts box parts. The front suspension is what you would call original, because it was part of the frame. This part here was attached to it. Here is the work I did to adapt the 427 Ford and the 4-speed top loader to the 1949 frame. The rear end, or the third member, is from a 1949 Mercury. It's not the original Ford rear end, but it's the only one that kind of fit under the 49 body, even though I had to shorten it a bit to make it fit inside here, inside the wheel wells. Like I told you before, the tires, the wheels are from the AMT 1962 Chevy Bel Air, and the tires are AMT parts pack tires. Here in the on the rear you can see the rolled pan that comes on those kits as a custom parts that I didn't use on my stock build, and I decided to give them a try here because I didn't have the stock bumpers. There is a little glass cover over the license plate, and those license plates are Brazilian, custom made by me, RCD 0227 on. That is kind of gives you an idea what's under the hood. R code 427. So again, a model that's not my cup of tea, because I build stock, but once in a while I build a hot. Mostly to save an old kit that I get built or unbuilt but missing parts. So that's the only way I will turn a kit into a hot. I'll be showing you shortly another hot I have that was built on a 1951 Chevy Fleetline. I have the 51 Chevy Fleetline built completely stock, but I also have it built as a hot rod. And as you can see, my hot rods are not the high-tech hot rod you would find. They are not the kind of car with that train wheels and that rubber bands making as tires that I just think are ridiculous, and fuel injection and 450 carburetors and fuel lines, a go-go, and air suspension and modern seats and modern wheels. No. When I build a hot rod or a custom, it's always a build that is from the in style from the 50s to the 60s. Maximum tops at the top of the modern hot rod I go is the early 70s, and that I'll stop, because from that on the cars got a very bad taste, for my opinion. They lost the whites, they lost the classical powertrains, they lost the sub-O modifications, they lost the cool paint jobs. For example, the nightmares on wheels that were the hot rods of the 80s, or the things done by that guy Bud Cuttington. My God, that's bad taste. I think him and Cheap Fools would compete every single day for who builds the ugliest things. Sorry if you like them, but I just don't like them, not at all. They disrespect what the cars stand for. Well, that's my way of thinking. So this Ford is pretty radical for me. Next video that I plan to upload is actually a double program from the featuring the 1951 Chevys. So stay tuned for the double program on built models with two 1951 Chevys. Thanks again for watching, and please comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think. Have a great night. Bye bye.